that's it. No, you just push it. I got it angled right. So just so bring that mic closer. So put your hand on the table, and then pull. So pull it out. There, okay. See how you can angle it?
Oh.
Yeah, but you have to keep that part weighted. Make sure you talk into the mic like this. I mean, it's already streaming. I don't even know why.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't
Wait,
have to.
streaming, live streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were live streaming. What,
Oh.
on YouTube?
Yeah, same thing as usual. Ain't nobody here Sunday.
I know. Put my shoes on since I brought them. Oh, I didn't know you were live streaming.
Yep, there it is.
Let me look. Well, I
Nice.
guess I can look at my
Yeah.
phone. Oh, you're trying to. Uh-oh. The mic, I think, is in this.
No, it's not even in his face. Oh well. Oh, he's yawning.
No, I think. Yeah, no, we
Just
were
push.
talking too much.
Just put the mic closer to his face. No, just yeah. You don't even have to. There you go. I gotta turn bro down. Yeah, you just. There you go. He good.
Okay. You hear yourself sounding like a baby Tarzan? See, you were chilling and now way too late, huh?
I'll take him. There you go.
Oh Lord, they're so heavy, honey. Oh gosh.
Wrong person.
Here's this pacifier, babe.
Let's see how this works.
We just gotta play Miss
You can have your own plan. Oh, all of them.
He's been cool the whole time. We took too long.
He said we took. Yeah, you right. You right. It's not gonna work. Oh, I don't know. I don't think we can play that over the mic. Mm. Oh, I gotta move the mic.
Come inside and you're inside. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
You gotta just pull your mic closer. I can't bring his mic.
Come inside and you inside. MICKEY MOUSE.
I'm gonna get flooded.
Yeah.
Good job, Ablo. Good job, Ablo. There you go. There you go. We good.
The set people that come and fix the clothes.
Oh no, he good. He didn't want to.
Okay, it just kept getting in his mouth.
All right.
3,000 questions.
Yeah, that's one of my books that I use when the show gets slow. Anyways, that was what you don't have to put that on this. You don't have to.
What's it for?
You can hear, but I can.
Oh, I think I would rather hear.
All right.
Oh.
So it's just some people don't know what to do with their hair. Yep, there is. Yep, that's always the issue. Then what you gonna do? Hold it like that?
I can hear you better though. I like that. Okay. Well, whatever.
Yep. This. Let me go ahead. Go ahead talking to your mic directly. Like sit how you're gonna sit, and then.
I'm like, what is this behind me? This is all fake plan.
Listen, it's doing better than all the real ones.
Oh. Yeah, that's the one I gave you. Okay. I'm sitting.
Do you prefer to sit there or sit in that corner chair?
Let me see how that feels. Yeah, I guess I like this.
Okay.
That way it's more conversational and I'm just looking at you.
All right. Okay. 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 Yep. Just okay. Put the cover back on the mic. There you go. There you go. So then you sit and then rearrange the microphone towards. Count. Do me a favor. Count to 20.
Count to 20?
Count to 20. Out loud.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Perfect. So what I want you to do is see how the top of the mouth is like.
Bring it up.
There we go. Much better. Much better. All right. Now we got this all arranged. We got the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse calmed down.
That's the trick.
All right, baby.
Why he got bags under his eyes?
Because
like
he's
he
tired. He's tired. He's tired very much like me. I'm very tired as well. This right here is the tired chair. That's the relaxed chair. For those who are tuning in.
I'm tired too.
You tired? Let me put this on.
I mean, I don't feel tired right now, but I do be tired.
And what do you be tired from? I'm asking.
Now.
Is it? Listen.
Getting up in the middle of the night.
That can do it. I'm with you on that one.
That's mostly it.
Oh.
And him being on me, but that's hand in hand.
Bring it a little bit closer to you.
Like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
There.
There we go. Much better. Much better. So, you're saying you get tired from being waking up in the middle of the night?
Mm-hmm. But he didn't do it too badly last night. It was just twice. Yeah. Once or twice, so it wasn't that bad last night.
I guess sleeping through the night is kind of like a thing in the past. Is that one thing you miss? That's one thing I could say about husbandhood and fatherhood that I miss.
Yeah. That is really nice. I like when... Wait, I feel like I do need the headphones, like... Because it feels awkward, like, talking to you like this far apart. Am I messing this up?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to use the headphones. That's the thing. Headphones is kind of like, if you can hear me with your regular ears, you're good. Only reason I wear the headphones is for the stream. Like, now I'm listening for stream in that camera because I can't test.
Turn that off. It's kind of distracting me.
The fan, it gets a little hot.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets a little hot in here. If you turn it off, you start sweating. So the fan distracted you.
It's like in the back of my ear, just. But yeah, I do definitely miss that. But I mean, it's a thing of the past. I've accepted it right now. So. But when he is asleep, when we get him in the bed early, and I can just stretch out, that's always great. I mean, you see me. I'd be excited about it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I see the things that make you happy. I think getting him in bed.
And I get to stretch my back, my arms. I get to open my legs, especially if you still on the computer. I used to get offended by that, but now I'm just like, all right, I'll see you in the bed.
You got to defend all women on that. Why do women be offended? Because their man or significant other wants to sit at at their game, their computer, whatever their adjacent, whatever their moment of peace is.
The reason is because if you've been out working, or if both of y'all have been out working,
Mm-hmm.
that's your time where you get to be intimate together and just like cuddle, or just that's an intimate moment. And so it's like if you haven't seen them all day and then they want to still be on the computer, and it's like, come on, let's get in the bed, let's be together for this small moment of time that we have before you go back to work. That's why. And that's how I would feel at first when you used to do it
All the time.
worse, yeah. And
All the time.
you would be up really late editing, I don't know, doing your Lego thing at that one point where, but it's better now. But yeah, that's when I would be more offended then. But now I'm just like, whatever. I can stretch out. It's nice. I can enjoy the bed for a little bit. And then plus, like, I just feel like we've grown, so I don't really get offended by that anymore.
I'm gonna fix something real quick.
This is,
It's like that.
yeah.
See, I'm talking to that part.
Okay.
There you go. You're good.
Yeah, but I think that's why. 'Cause I do like that. And I think the reason me personally why I would get offended, because when I was single, although this is like something super small, but that was something I would look forward to, like when I would imagine my marriage. I'm like, oh, I can't, excuse me, I burped all up in my,
That's fine.
I can't wait till like I'm married and just like be able to be in the bed with someone next to me and cuddle. And so when you wasn't doing that, I'm like, dang, my dream is crushed. But it was just like, that's kind of minute, but that was something that I looked forward to. But I mean, you do that, but obviously there's things you have to finish and work you have to finish, which I understand.
Yeah.
No.
But
Yeah.
when you imagine this hopping in the bed, like, did you imagine that same level of excitement? Like
How I had in my head before.
yeah, like essentially when somebody, because that's one thing I've learned through marriage is that like, it's like imagine like when we first met each other, right, on an intimate level, not like some photo work or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously you're going to be more excited to hop in the bed with that person because you don't know that person. But do you think that? No, I'm just talking about that's the truth of it all.
Because you don't know him, that's why you excited.
Because you just, well, yeah, that's kind of like how it's unexplored territory.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? As crazy as that sounds, I'm just speaking on the behalf of like single man thought.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that as a man, when you get older, it's not that you're not as excited to go to unexplored territory. It's just the fact that you're trying to preserve that territory. And sometimes by doing simple things like playing a video game, I don't game, but like
Yeah.
I would imagine that playing a game or watching a show, whatever it may be, but sometimes you can do watching a show together, but whatever that person's individual thing is, they're not necessarily doing it for their own joy. They're doing it to preserve the things they've created.
Right.
It's not like I no longer like you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they're.
And that's how I was. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, it's nothing new. I'm married to you. Nothing new. Let me see some. I'm gonna just check. I'm gonna just check a couple things on the stream. Make sure everything's all copacetic.
Copacetic.
I'm gonna use.
Honey bunny.
Let me see. There we go. I don't want to cut Ablo out the clip. Oh, dang it.
Prolific.
Yeah, that is brother Joe's album, Killjoy cover. Be sure you guys cop that. Cop you Killjoy mag. Your social. That's my new title. Is the social media personnel of Killjoy. I've
The social media what?
like coordinator, I guess.
Oh.
But it really just means I just edit videos. Hold on, I'm gonna put this. This is the part of the show that'd be really boring. With 3 people, it's easier to do.
What are you doing?
Just letting people know is live. I'm just put is live.
Oh, should I do that?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I farted on you.
How
Buddy.
are you doing that?
There we go. Let me make sure it's. Let me make sure the link is still good. Eh. There we go.
Oh, Ryan sung today. I'm looking at FFC's story. Let me see. Oopsie, didn't mean to answer that DM yet. Okay, one sec.
There we go.
Well, you mentioned me.
I don't even.
Apple. Hey, Apple. He's smiling. Okay, I'll add it.
Anyways, I guess you would need the link because you got to put the link.
Well, they'll just go to your page, I guess.
I can just send you the link.
Okay.
And that way you can attach the link. Oh, excuse me.
What are you laughing at?
The Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside. MICKEY. There you go. That way you can even. There we go. Perfect.
Oh.
So then you can literally just attach that link to your. So you can go back to the thing I tagged you and then hit the little link button. And
add to story. Link.
And then just paste that in there.
YouTube.com.
Never know what you're going to get on this channel. You never know what you're going to get.
Especially because we just had
we got beef.
We had a little beef. So if we seem awkward, that's why.
Because we got real smoke.
I just got to let that out because it's hard for me to act fake. Okay. Here we go. Your story.
You'll be amazed how many times we record DDS right after all three of us fighting. I think that's just part. I think that's part of the entertainment business.
We got to keep the show rolling.
The show must go on.
Yep.
I don't like postponing projects. I don't care. I really don't care about little details and like what you wearing and things like that. A show script is important, but
let's put this right here.
One side of me saying, "Do me a solid and just put this on. Put that under your drink so that I'm trying to preserve these wood.
Coaster.
That's the coaster. We have.
This must be old.
It's very old. I have arms.
I forgot about those shoes. What's your face on there?
No, I have arms.
Huh?
I have arms in that.
No, I know. Yeah. I realized that.
I know.
No. Look at the cut. Okay.
Yeah, those are the good old days. That's when I was just supporting me. You know what I'm saying? When you only got to hold you up, you get time to do you. You know.
Babe, you still work out now.
No, that was a whole new wave. I'm telling you, that's part. That's the part.
Get back to it.
That's the part of adjustment. Like I realized what dad bod really is. Like now I get it. Like I see why men accept dad bod, because the responsibilities. Like you reach a point where you just say fuck it. Like it doesn't matter because you have so much to obtain. But you notice like the niggas who be doing like, what do you call it? It's not distant family. What do they be doing? What do they call it? Like where they just where they're not married.
Where they're not married?
Yeah, they just. I don't want to say baby daddy situations. I don't want to call it that. What do they call it?
With a situationship? That's what you call it.
Yeah, but when there's a child involved.
Oh.
It's. There's a title.
I know. I feel like I think I know what you're talking about, but it's not coming to my head.
I can't remember what it's called. Oh my.
You say hood married.
No, that's Elijah. Hood married is different. Hood married means you spent. That means you spent.
He said I got something to say.
Yeah. Oh, you yawning. Hood married means
he said, y'all boring.
Boo. Show us your tits. That's what he's thinking.
I know.
That's what he's thinking.
You already got some of that.
No, but what I'm saying is that when you reach a point of like dad bod it's just so like you're just trying to preserve. Hood married means you just been together so long, like you just never got the title. But I forgot what it's called. But it's like
where you're together.
You're not you just got a child together.
Yeah, I can't
There's
think of
I
it.
heard it on Joe Budden, but I'd real
Joint partnership.
I don't know, some type
I
of
don't know.
when it hits me, it'll come to my mind, whatever. But I see why those guys still be staying like cut up. I get it. I get it. I 1000% get it. You literally just have, because when you're not married to the woman you're with, she's not your responsibility. It's kind of like the child is your responsibility, but she is not. Once you take on the responsibility of both, you just be like, I don't need a six pack anymore. Don't need it. There's no reason for me to have to have a six pack. There's no reason.
I get what you're saying. I think it's probably an adjustment. I mean, we have only been married since what? I mean, for what? 10? Oh, wow, 10 months now.
Yeah,
So,
10 months, but I counted as soon as you were pregnant. Because it wasn't like I was about to go do shit.
Because I'm sure most men that were like in shape and then they get married and maybe fall off a little bit.
Let's bring it closer to you.
It starts like that in the beginning, maybe, but I think it's just about balance. Like, well, you'll get.
How many married men that you know are still fit?
Are still fit?
Fit, yeah.
Well, my cousin Jordan.
I'm sorry, married with children.
And he stays
married with children.
Switching up his body whenever he wants.
That's what I'm sorry. Married men with children, not
married men with children. I mean, I think only 3 people come to my mind right now, and I mean, I think they try to maintain a certain physique.
So they're not fit. Here we
go. But I think
they've
gotten to a point where they're like, okay, I want to. Like my Uncle Roger was talking about how like he felt like he was losing his muscle, and now he's got.
I'll give you Roger.
Going.
I can give you Roger, Pastor Roger, a family fellowship for those listening.
He's like.
I'll give you Roger. That's
working
one.
Working out now, but I don't like his whole marriage. I don't think he was doing that like in the beginning. That's why he probably said like he felt like he lost his muscle and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I think there's just there's ups and downs.
So that's one.
Who else?
I'm convinced.
I mean, Marcus and Derek, they're like in pretty good shape.
So what I'm thinking in shape, I'm not
cousins.
thinking Jordan physique. Like that's peak.
Yeah.
That's like
okay.
peak.
That's then. Yeah. I'm like he's like.
When I say man shape, that means can you go somewhere with no shirt without looking crazy?
Oh, okay.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like men.
I think they're doing pretty good.
So you think they can go somewhere with no shirt?
Probably. I mean.
I mean, I'm not. I'm just asking.
Okay with it? Yeah.
Obviously, that's not the question. Don't go there. Don't. I ain't going there with the conversation. I'm just going to say. I'm just very curious to know. Like as I've gotten older, I'm starting to see. Like I understand. Dad bod is just exhaustion. It's just exhaustion. It's complete. It's physical exhaustion, and it's happening. So what happens is that. Like you get exhaustion. Sometimes your libido doesn't work the same way because testosterone.
Yeah, I was like.
Not libido, testosterone. Testosterone is what encourages you to work out. Mm-hmm. And as you get older, when you're younger, you have a lot of testosterone, so you get to use that energy, shaking weights.
Mm-hmm.
But then when like you have to support, it just don't be the same. What do you think would be an adjacent for women?
I was just about to say that. I was gonna say I think that happens to women too. Like a lot of women actually look at me and be like, "Huh?" Like because. They think I should have like put on a few pounds by now.
Yeah.
Like already having a baby and then being in a relationship. Like I feel like a relationship is pretty healthy.
Yeah.
So
for sure. I don't lie.
So usually people that have a healthy relationship and happy and stuff, they usually put on weight. That's what they say, like happy weight or whatever.
Yeah.
But so I think that happens a lot with, women.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's fine, but I think it's about just realizing what you want and work towards that goal. But I mean, I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Like being exhausted but I feel like it's the opposite for me. Like when I'm stressed, I actually lose weight. I don't gain weight.
They consider yourself lucky.
I lose weight.
The rest of the world
I remember
get
one
big.
point I was very small. You could like my collarbone was like sticking out so bad, and I was
But.
So.
I don't know. It's just one of those things that I'm just starting to slowly accept. Like,
I don't think you should just let it. I think that's getting to the point of letting yourself go, and I don't think you should get to that point.
I didn't say all the way. I just say it's something I'm slowly like. There's
accepting
accepting that the physique that I once had, I don't think as optimistic as I want to be about it returning, is I've learned that I had to ask my, you always say dig deep into understanding things. And I asked myself, how was I able to obtain that level of physique, right? Because my diet hasn't really, I've been consuming the same amount types of food. Arguably, I was eating worse back in the day, arguably, right? And mind you, I understand that my worst is not everybody else's worst, but it was bad. And I'm like, I wasn't able to achieve those numbers. It's harder for me to achieve those numbers today because just.
Well, you said you were smoking then too. Doesn't that kind of help
help what?
Like be kind of thin?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's not cocaine. It's not crack. Crack is when niggas stop eating because they doing drugs. They lose appetite. But what I'm saying is,
you listening to what he's saying?
What I'm saying is, those numbers that physique was possible to be 10% body fat because I didn't have any. And I would chuck it up to 1,000%. Any man could argue with me if they think otherwise. Financials, like your financial woes move your financial woes are a reflection of your physique. Like, that's why, ironically, people with the least amount of money sometimes be the biggest. And that concept in
I think it could be both sides, like the least amount and the most amount, because those people have more freedom and flexibility, so they can stay in shape. They have a trainer, like whatever. Maybe
I rock with that, but
both sides. So people in the middle are trying to balance it.
I'll call it a bell curve. You see what I'm saying? You remember what those are? Where it goes the middle. I'm talking about everybody in the middle. Everybody who broke, they be big, and people who be up, they be extra cut. Because they have the resources, or it's complete lack of resources. I don't know. That's something that, as I've gone into my marriage and being a better father, also I accept the fact that there's some things that just aren't going to be.
Yeah. Well, I love you regardless.
You're trying to put some promo in.
What promo?
No, as in like love promo. That's what I call it, like love promo.
Oh.
And it's just me being stupid.
I just want to encourage. But I just feel like, I get what you're saying, like being that exact body fat and stuff like that. But, I mean, I think it's still good to, like, be like, okay, I might not be able to be that, but I still want to be in my best shape for me now. Like, whatever that is now. You don't have to, like, compare to how you were, because obviously you were younger and...
Yeah, no stress.
Things and
I call it stress. I'm telling you, it's not. Niggas can chuck it up to like testosterone, but I was like, I really do think it's stress. It's stress. Niggas just be like,
I would agree that I'm pretty sure a lot of people say when you're stressed and stuff, people gain weight, or it's opposite. Like me, you lose weight.
Right.
So what do you think?
Stress. This is the stress.
I was gonna go deeper, but I think I'll leave it alone.
It's the stress of just reaching a quota. Like before, if I never hit my quota financially back in the day, worst case scenario, I'll go back to LA. I can't do that. Not only were things cheaper, but if I didn't hit that quota, my worst case scenario was being in a Los Angeles home. That's, I never leaned on it. I never used that card because I said if I ever use that card, it has to be something severe. But I don't think I ever actually used it. So, yeah, I know. I understand now. Like, it was like me waking up. You see me waking up at 4. Back in the day, that was easy for me. I can go to bed 4 after partying.
Yeah, I remember.
After partying all night. You see what I'm saying? It's because I ain't had no stress. So,
is there any way... Never mind.
You already know the answer. We ain't even going. What you think?
Because I just, I don't want. We already had this conversation before.
You already know.
I didn't want to look like I just don't care about you saying you stress, and I'm like, well, sucks to suck. Like, I mean, we've had this conversation, so that's why I'm not going that deep. But I'm letting you get how you
get my shit off.
Yeah.
Let me get my shit off, so I can at least say.
Right now.
But to come back to you on, like I said, testing this show out with my wife or whatever I titled this, I didn't really give it a title. I didn't want to give it a script. I didn't want to do all that because, yes, Brother Abelo, because I just wanted to just see. I was just going to let the conversation carry. Just had to make sure just watch the time so I don't drag.
Well, what time?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know when I'll let you know. I'll break the fourth wall and be like, okay, we should hit the wrap up point.
Okay. Oh, Adri liked the story.
Oh, shouts out to Adri. But speaking of Adri and Bakersfield humble beginnings, why didn't you ever want to find a decent man who lived in Bakersfield?
Who you talking about, my friend Adri?
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh.
What the hell?
You.
What the fuck? Why? What?
I mean, I don't know. Your transitions be throwing me off sometimes.
Yeah, listen, I'm the worst transition. On DDS, everybody knows I do not know how to transition out of a topic. I'm like, well, that's done. Topic 3, going into,
Okay, so you said, why didn't I what?
Yeah, like
why
you
didn't I wanna
just find you a nice little Bakersfield man.
Why didn't I want to find me a Bakersfield man?
Yeah.
I mean, I have been with a Bakersfield man.
But I know you have been with him. But like this is one of our.
Saying why didn't I end up with one?
Why did you end up with one?
I feel like that's kind of a loaded question.
Answer it however you want.
I think are you actually
answer
trying
it?
to?
I'm leaving these open and ended to however you want to interpret it.
I feel like the Bakersfield guys that I have dated, I don't know. There's just too much gamey. What I liked about you, you were very straightforward.
What's gamey?
Direct.
Hold on, you're going too fast.
Like it's just like, like not never like.
That's what Ablo does. He's doing it right now.
Well, okay. I mean, obviously, I've been in relationships, but there was one that was from LA.
I'm not gonna be offended. You already signed the contract. It's
I
all
know.
right. So you can talk openly. You ain't got to you dancing.
I know, but I also don't want to like make things
just don't
too
say their
obvious
name
of people I'm talking about.
You just don't say their name.
Yeah.
That's it. And then and if they impress you on you, you just say if the shoe fits, maybe.
Yeah. No one's gonna press me.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody gonna press.
I don't think so. I'm not finna go that deep. It don't matter like that. But well, okay.
No,
so
go that
why?
deep. I don't want no dry, bland ass answer.
I think maybe because since Bakersfield is so small, like they say, and people say that there's not that many good men or whatever, so the guys that are somewhat cool or decent maybe have a lot of different options.
Okay.
And so maybe they feel like they're hot stuff.
Okay.
And so they can play around a little bit or not be too serious.
Uh-huh.
And so that's not my vibe. Like, I don't.
You want to be the pretty one.
Right. Only one of us. Like, no, you don't get to do that. I mean, I've only had that like once, but. So that's one thing. And then the other, I think they just have like maybe a small world view because they are from a small town. So I don't know. Like I feel like with us, like it just seems like your perspective on things is a little different. And I appreciate that, even though sometimes it's annoying. But like I feel like I don't even know how to explain it that well, honestly.
You miss words. I know.
Huh?
You miss words.
I know, but you know when I'm on the spot, I don't
You
be
not
the
on
best
the
sometimes.
I know.
But no, I feel like you talk about things that matter, like the real like finances, like work ethic, like stuff like that.
Yes.
Like that I think like coming from a bigger city, like you have that type of mindset, like thinking about those things, those are real world things. And then like the guys I've dated or like Bakersfield people, especially coming from a small town, also being obviously, you know, raised in church and like dating guys there that I knew, like the things that you discuss or like the things that people like bring to you, like how do I say this? Like about dating,
don't
it's like
fluff.
They just talk about like, oh, the women make sure you cook and obey your man and all right, you have a good relationship. Like that's it.
That's it.
And then it's like when you come with that mindset and then you feel like you maybe, I don't know, or are living up to that or you aren't, like it's just too narrow. Like I don't know. I'm trying to break it down, but I just feel like there's so much that needs to be said with that.
The
where
best
I
part
can't
about
like put it all.
The best part about a podcast.
Seconds.
No, the best part about a podcast. So what you just did is you introduced the thesis, right? So now this is how I talk that drives you crazy. You mentioned that small town, so that's your premise one. So you can talk about population.
You love to say premise.
I mean, life moves on
No,
premises.
yeah,
And that's
no.
really it.
Yeah, no,
The
it's
reason
fine.
why people do things are premise. I mean, that's literally what a premise is. So, you can talk about location. So me as now the interviewer, I'm gonna come and say, this is a population, if I'm not mistaken, of like 400 or almost 500,000 people. I think it's very ironic that the women that come from the city, they say the niggas from the city, but they don't put any onus on.
The women.
No, they don't put any. You gonna hold the mic for me? Thank you. Don't pull that cable. No, it's $400. No.
They don't put any onus on what?
They don't put any onus on. Do you think it's possible that those are just the types of men you were meeting while in the city? I mean, I do know.
To be honest, I don't really even think the people that I talked to were like the worst. I don't think they were.
Why didn't it work out with them?
Oh, he's trying to get messy.
I mean, it's a podcast.
Okay, let's see. So, really, I only count like 2 relationships because
Come up with fake names.
yeah,
It's easier
I know
to
I'm
do
not
that.
gonna say the names.
Yeah,
Because
but it's
like
easier
I don't
to
think
explain.
high school.
Yeah, you can't really count those.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody had none.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other 2, well, I had 3 relationships.
Right.
One was from LA.
Right.
And
So
then 2
I'm your second LA. I'm the one who got the deal. Hey, listen, I got the contract. I'll take
But
it.
honestly, the perspectives are still different. Like,
Oh shit.
like, what?
I know.
Is that
I'm
a
saying-
bad thing? I'm looking
No,
at
I'm
the
curious.
face.
I was like,
No.
I've never met somebody from LA who's had. I do know. I'm playing
No.
stupid for the sake of the
Yeah.
show, but I
Like,
do know what you mean.
If I were to put in boxes like the LA guys versus the Bakersfield guys,
Yeah.
I think you guys definitely talked about deeper stuff and
Okay.
like out more stuff. Like, yeah. But what was it?
I said, why didn't it work?
Oh, with the Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the last one, because he still wanted to be with his ex.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah. So that was that. That's fine.
Damn.
And then the other one, he just wanted to be a player.
Okay.
He just wanted to. Yeah.
Okay. I think it helped that at the time in my life, like, because I understand both of those men. I've been both of those men.
Yeah.
We happened to just court when I decided that I was like, I just didn't see the value in it. Like the time versus the money. At the time, that shit, there is nigga. there is nothing better than, when it comes to niggas, when you going back to your ex, it's like, it's easy work. You know what to say. You know how to go about it. It's comfortable. It's like, so I do understand that. And then the other one being a player,
Yeah.
I understand.
And then I did this is the first and last time I ever did this.
Uh-oh, this
but
is
I saw his phone. I was in his phone.
Oh, okay.
And that was like the
See, Ablo, you think that's funny?
But I mean, he let me use his phone, and the text message came up in front of my face. So I was
So
like, all right.
the Lord led you to
Yeah,
it.
the Lord led me.
Uh,
It's okay,
Okay. That makes sense. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, so that's what was the kind of turning key, I guess.
Turning. Is that a pun? You
I
trying to
don't know. Look at that. I thought I heard you say a phrase, something like that before, so I thought I'd use it.
Listen, turnkey operation. That's what I'm saying. That's what I call the chapter. That's the chapter of your life that I'm excited for. That's the woman, I'll be completely honest, that's the woman I married. When you reach chapter turnkey operation, that means you can recognize the efficiency in all situations. You can work at a high point, not necessarily like working in a coal mine, not necessarily like that, but just realizing the value in every situation and knowing how to apply the appropriate amount of time, energy, finance, resource into that chapter of your life. That's the reason. So when I saw you, I was like, you pump fake me. You pump fake me, because at the time we met, you were you were showing signs of turnkey operation. Like it was, or you even had the calendar. You was writing the calendars down. You spent time for that. You went to bed at a certain hour. It was like all these things. I was like, dang, she got her business. He's like, yo, I'm putting on this show. I do this dance.
Yeah, my fluidity.
Yeah, like I said, you said you were showing signs of, like I say, hashtag turnkey operation. Then after you got your nigga, you're saying, what the fuck? Why do I got to do that? That's stupid.
I know. They say that, don't they? Like, once you get with the guy, the girls begin comfortable.
Lazy. They get lazy.
Yeah.
They get lazy.
I did do that a little bit, but now I'm getting
We working
back more
on it.
focused.
We working on it.
Well, I feel like you're pretty good at staying focused.
I have to.
Yeah.
You know, I have a family to support.
Yeah. I
So you
mean,
get
I'm right there with you. We both working at it.
We getting there.
Yeah.
We getting there. So my question now, like I said, right now, today is just firing hot questions at you. I just want to see how well you do it. Easy question, hard question, easy. I was like, if I give you a script and give you time to think, I don't know your honest reaction to seeing things that, you know. So that's my sole purpose is just to fire.
I'm ready.
Question for you. Which one of the women in my life do you think is most threatening? Without saying their name, describe them. Because girls have
threatening in what way?
That's what I'm saying. Girls have this like sixth sense where they just be like, I know what that bitch is thinking, right? They all of a sudden, all of them swear, all of they women intuition be so fire in situations, but their women intuition was on when that nigga was dogging them for years. But whatever, they turned it off for that situation. But they women intuition with the good nigga sometimes be on point. So without saying their name, which person do you think? Did you say you think their behavior is suspect? And I'm just curious to know what you deem as suspect behavior for all the men out there. This is from my
just
dogs.
In general, I think is
what happened
behavior?
To me?
Okay, what I think is suspect is maybe if like a girl is like keeping, and I'm not even thinking really anyone in particular. I'm thinking generally speaking.
Okay.
So like if a girl is only one-sided with that, like they know we're married but they only want to be friends with you, or like just DMing you, or just like talking to you but not including me, that's suspect to me. Like if you know the man is married, like why don't you befriend the wife too? Like,
do you think that applies for business too?
Business?
Because
I think it's a respect thing. Yes, I think that you should still be like acknowledging or like trying to be, but if it's just like a one-time situation, like someone just hires you to video record or do photography one time and that's it, like whatever, we don't have to have a relationship, I guess. But like if it's an ongoing thing, or like if they're always talking to you and not trying to talk to me, like that's kind of like.
Do you think they even know? Do you think men should be held to that same standard?
Yes.
Okay. So
if I had a guy friend, which I don't really have a lot of guy friends because I have a lot of guy families, so I never really felt the need to have a close guy friend like that. But if I did have a close guy friend, like I would want him to like have a good relationship with you too, because I don't know, I just wouldn't want you to feel like uncomfortable if he's only talking to me and not like trying to get to know you.
But I know
you wouldn't.
Yeah, and I know I'm not going to speak on the behalf of Muhammad. Like when I'm doing this, when I'm opening the floor, like most of the shit I already know the answers to. I already know where the conversation going to go. I'm really just want to see how quickly.
Okay, well, generally speaking, yes. I'll just say
Yeah, and I'm just curious to know, because how I look at this is like if she never had a relation, not unless it's somebody who is genuinely like a friend. Like I understand where you're coming from, if it's somebody who you're not doing business with.
If it's someone you're not,
excuse me, if it's
then that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you brought it to business. I wasn't talking about.
I was just trying to understand if it's somebody you're doing business with. It's like sometimes you don't want. It's not, and that's the thing. Sometimes you don't want the woman you're doing business with to even be involved with your personal life. It's not off some devious dog shit like you fucking her and you don't want to like. It's not that. It's just that she's just not. She's probably just not a good person. It's just not worth. And as long as I inform how I look at it, or as how I think is, if the men inform their wives or their significant others of the woman, you're good. I don't think there should be.
Yeah.
You should create
I think
this
it's
phony
communication.
relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think you should create like a phony like, oh hi, nice to meet you, like you really give a fuck about
No,
this.
that's not
You
what
see
I'm saying. If it's, I was not even talking about business.
I know. I was just
Yeah.
I was just trying to find the gap in the argument.
That's
I was just trying to
different.
find the hole in the argument.
Yeah,
That's
like
the sole
if they're
reason.
paying you and you're doing the job, like okay,
Right.
I would just hope that you would let me know, so I'm not like, who's that or what are
Right,
you doing
right,
up there?
Right,
So
right, right.
as long as there's communication, that's cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But if a woman is clearly, I think personally, I think you reach a certain age, I've accepted that. There's something else I've accepted of the whole fatherhood and growing up. I don't need new friends. I really don't.
No new friends. No
I
new
really don't.
friends.
I heard Drake sing that in 2014 or 2013. No, ain't one nigga in the club screaming. No, that'd be 2012.
Yeah.
And I thought he was just saying it to be cool. But as I get older, like, because I'm gonna be 30 when he turns 1, and I was like, I would be happy if I never made another friend for the next decade or two. I would be just fine. I would not lose any sleep, because I learned more friends falls into more commitments, more time. If you want to be a good friend, you see what I'm saying?
Very true.
And sometimes I don't want to be a good friend because I know I don't want to involve.
Give up your time.
I don't want to give up my
You're
time.
Too focused on.
That's it. Just trying to get my shit together. There's people who slid in who I never could have considered a friend, who I consider a friend now, i.e. Dre.
Yeah.
Dre is somebody that I never saw on my radar as being a friend. You know, because me and him go back to Saints. You see what I'm saying? So,
oh yeah, that is right.
so me and him go back to Saints. He was just like, oh, I work at the church with the whoop, dap him up. But now, you know, he's somebody who I involve him with my. Yeah, you don't get this benefit because you got titties and milk. So
Yeah,
he
will.
yeah, that's all he worried about. But but now I see like he is somebody who I do consider a friend
Yeah.
because like I bring him to the studio. I do talk business with him. I bring him around my other friends. He's inviting my friends to his thing. So it's like, that's a friendship. But I can't have any more Dre's. Like, I really have no interest, which is before I go into that, I'm going to ask you, would you be okay with you never having, for the next 10 years, not having any more friends?
Yeah, I was about to answer that. I think I'm probably even more like, what's the word? Not strict, but I feel like that's even more so like me, because you're a lot more like, oh, talk to everybody, and you do like draw people in and talk. And I mean, I talk to people too, but like, yeah, I'm like, these are my friends, these are the people I talk to, and I'm cool with that. But like, I'm open to, obviously, to talking to other people and meeting new people. Like, I've had friends like that just like slid into, like my friend Rye, like we met on Instagram, and like she's a really great friend, very supportive and everything. We might not see each other all the time, but we're like real friends.
Yeah.
And so I didn't see that happening, but she's one of my newer friends. All the rest of my friends, like, I've known them for like 10 years plus.
Right.
So I would say, yeah, I'll probably be fine. I did the last 10 years with the friends I had before, so I'd be fine. And I don't really, I mean, according to what people say, I haven't switched up. So I keep the same friends. Like, I'm not like, yeah. I mean, if I meet someone where it's like a cool connection and like we have a lot of similar interests, and yeah, then cool. But I'm not like out here like seeking.
Do you think bitches know how to be friends?
Huh?
You think bitches know how to be friends?
Why you gotta say it like that?
I said it like this intentionally.
Not really. And that's the thing. Like, I met a lot of my friends when I was younger. So, like, I feel like when you're younger, you don't have all those, like, extra pressures or, like, certain perceptions that you have to act a certain way. You literally just being who you are.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I've kept those friendships, because we became friends when I was literally just a kid. Like, I wasn't trying to be someone I'm not. So, like, they've already accepted me, like, for who I am, and I accept them for who they are. And so we don't have to put on this front and be all fake and kiki and talk about other fake stuff. We can just be, like, real and talk and chill and talk about real stuff. But do girls know how to be friends? I think girls know how to be like cordial and nice.
Mm-hmm.
And even speaking for myself, because I'm not gonna say I've been the best friend. Like even I'm starting.
What made you? What was the situation when you realized you weren't the best friend?
Maybe not reaching out that much, because
Okay.
I can tend to be like, when I feel like I'm not at my best or I am trying to like meet a goal or get somewhere, I become very introverted.
Mm. So you do understand that. Uh.
Dang it.
All right, continue.
Okay, I guess I get it.
Okay, that's very interesting.
So I get very introverted, and I'm just like, I need to get this done. Like I love you, but you know, but like being a friend, you gotta still be there to check on them and like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Like, you know. And I wasn't always the best at that, because like I think when I haven't had that for myself, I've learned to just like manage my emotions and go through my thoughts on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I just figure everybody else can do that, which everyone can. But like that's what friends are for. You're
Do you
supposed
want
to be there to
Do you want a friend that's always emotionally pouring?
emotionally pouring.
What dumping? I'm sorry, emotionally
Dumping?
Is it emotionally dumping? Is that the phrase?
I wouldn't
Because
say
you said-
yes or no. I think everybody has their seasons, and I definitely know I've been that friend that's done that.
How long is the season?
Now I don't need to be forever.
You
But
ain't giving me no numbers. You
okay,
talking?
all right. I think 3 to 6 months.
You get whoa. So somebody can pour on you for 6 months.
Okay, I'm not saying every day.
You know, listen, I want it because in my head, somebody who cannot contain themselves, I get a fallout.
Yeah.
I get a fallout. Like, you know, if somebody cannot contain their emotions, I call you a crash out dummy. You see what I'm saying? You're willing to crash out.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody that's willing to crash out. I understand if something severe happened in your life,
Right.
duh, like
Yeah.
I get it. But if that didn't, no. The reason why
And
I
it's just
appreciate
like a guy or something like that.
no bullshit. If it's some dating bull, now marriage, I'll squint depending on the marriage and knowing how involved I was in it. But like, I'll use Elijah, right, for an example. For what Elijah deals with, he holds himself together very well, like very well, better than I think a lot of people would. That's why the one day he did have his crash out moment, why he was standing outside in his underwear and like undershirt, whatever,
You
and
telling
Ty.
all his business?
Well, he said it on the show. He said it on the
Okay,
show.
I'm like,
And Ty had to come pick it up. I mean, not pick it up. Went there to just pick him up and just talk to him. You know, outside of all the shit he deals with, I'm happy that's all he did. You see what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
why I consider him a friend.
Yeah.
That's why I keep him around. Yes, me and this nigga talk every day. I don't think there's been a day where I have not called him
yeah, you definitely talk to your friends more than I
all
do.
the time.
I mean, y'all be calling left and right.
And it's because I think he recently just called too. That's the funny part. I think
and
he
it'll
just
be
called.
like a 5-second conversation sometimes. Just,
That's it. Because it's easier than a text message.
Yeah.
The text message you don't hear.
Yeah.
You know, you want to. If we call because we want to see, it's more like, yes, it's probably some hip hop dump, something stupid, but it's also we.
You good, brother? Like you love this.
But it's also the
Them
fact
prunes
that
kicking in.
yeah, them prunes. Oh shoot. Play bounce. Yeah, don't look at him. Don't look at him. But it's also the fact that, you know, we want to actually get a genuine read and a feel for one another. That's why we reached a point like, we
Yeah.
don't even do a lot of promo to grow DDS, but what we do love about it is the fact we get to sit here and we have to talk, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
there's
and
nothing.
I understand that.
Because without DDS, we weren't talking to one another.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Everyone's just going about their lives.
Just
yeah.
trying to manage.
Yeah, and I think that is really what it is. Like, we're all adulting.
Yeah.
And so it's just like everybody's trying to get it together and get things in motion. So you kind of sometimes might start to neglect your friendships.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've kind of realized. And even one of my friends called me and she was like, Kia, I have to apologize. I feel like I haven't been a good friend.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking like, I should be apologizing too. I feel like I haven't been a good
Phone
friend.
is a two-way
Like,
street.
Yeah, right. It's like I could be calling you more. So that's where I realized, like, you know, and tomorrow isn't promised. So it's like you should be
Yeah.
reaching out every so often, you know?
What I do in my phone, and you, I don't have them all. What I used to do, I don't do it anymore. I used to have a date next to people's name, and I'll put it in my calendar, and I'll call them once, maybe twice a year. That's it. And that way,
Once or twice. Not your close friends, because you call them
no,
once
close friends. No, close friends. I call every
2
day.
days.
Every day.
Every day.
I don't go more than 48 hours without talking to Ty. Elijah is probably 12 hours. So, but it's because I think if you call somebody once or twice a year, I think it has power. Now, when I got older, I've learned there's even more value if you're able to meet up with somebody. You see what I'm saying? The friends or the peers or the associates I did gain over my decade I've been living out here, I try to meet up with them at least once.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Just go grab coffee once a year. I don't need to see you every need to see you every month. I don't need to see you every other month. If you ain't bringing no money in, what are we doing?
And I think, you're definitely good at that.
Just grab $10 and you could, if you really think about it, 1 hour, 2 hour coffee, just talking.
Yeah.
A year, you multiply that over 10 years, you have 20 solid hours of conversation.
Yeah.
But the most genuine. It wasn't like, oh, we watched a Netflix. It's like genuine conversation over the past 20 years or 40 hours. Those things matter. So, that's why I think where a lot of people fuck up, especially upon getting married, they don't know how to manage, and this is going into my next topic, is knowing how to manage co-ed friendships. See what I'm saying? So not so much you, because you already have so many men in your life that were just family, so you didn't really have to. But I think that there's a lot of men who don't know how to.
And I also didn't really do that because I feel like the guys just always start to like you. Or they think it's something else.
And all the women, and that's the thing. And like the women who I do communicate with, like, I don't want you. In no shape or form, I don't want you, because I know it comes with having, just say it frank, I know it comes with having bitches. Because for every, and I don't say women, I said bitches intentionally because they're not quality women. They're not, these be the ones that, no, I'm not dissing, or I am dissing. I'm dissing because it's the same reason when a girl be like, oh, I'm so tired of niggas. I'm using that like, you don't literally mean niggas. I'm saying it in that sense because it's like there isn't really a lot of value in the relationship. You are there just to, as you call it, feeding the flesh. You see what I'm saying? And then for the girls that you're just there feeding the flesh, they come with 6 different personalities, and then you got to manage that plus the secrecy. It just, things get
it's too much for me.
It's too much.
I remember I tried to talk to multiple guys, not like in a relationship, but just dating.
Oh, you were talking to married men.
No.
Whoa.
Okay, look at you starting stuff. I was in high school.
In high school, talking to married men.
No. Oh my gosh, never have
wild.
done that. No, will not. I'm not finna be the second string, first of all. But what's it called? No, I was talking to multiple people because I would always, when I would be in a relationship, I would just be so obviously. I feel like you should be that way. But I remember one of my friends
within
reason.
reason.
Well, I think if you're married, obviously yes. But dating, I should have actually been dating multiple people. But when I was serious about someone, I would just be focused on that. But I remember at one time, one of my friends was like, no, you need to talk to multiple guys. And I'm like, okay. And I tried that out, but it's just so much work. I'm like, I got to text this person. Okay, let me text this person. And then 2 of them ended up being friends. I'm like, this is too much.
It's a lot of management.
I can't,
it's a lot of management. And that's why, like, guys who got a bunch of women, like, that's why they don't, it's either one or the other. Either a man who has an abundance of resources, and then, so you can afford to just pay him. But go ahead.
Sorry. And then I think I could understand maybe if I was at this age more so having multiple, that would make more sense. But at a high school level, that don't make sense. Like, it's not like you got one paying your bills and then this one takes you out to eat. Like, it's just high school relationship.
There's
like, I don't need to be juggling all this.
Just say what you use the perfect word, juggling. The men who do juggle women, you have one of 2 options. Either you already have made an abundance of resources, which is why you can pay, you'll pay for one shawty's lunch, and that's why you kick it with her, or not lunch, but you pay her rent, whatever situation, you pay her a car note. Another one you kick it with because she looked good, she a dancer at the local strip club. Whatever the situation may be, is that you have an abundance of resources, or You're the other type of nigga who doesn't have any resources, and you put all of your eggs into just talking to just a bunch of women. One of the guys I saw a TikTok, this guy said, women, he said, ladies, the guy who doesn't want to get you pregnant, he's not just looking out for his life, he's looking out for yours. If he's telling you he doesn't want to get you pregnant, it's not because he doesn't like you. It's because he's looking out for his future, which also in turn is looking out for your future.
Why, why would you be mad about that anyways?
There's some women who be like,
they're married or
no, they're
I
not.
can see if they're married why they'd be maybe.
No,
like
they're not married, but like they'll be like sometimes niggas be on that type of time. Like they'd be like, yo, I'm not trying to have no kid. I'm not trying to have no kid. Whoop de whoop.
Yeah.
So because of that, they what do you call it? Like they're really looking out for your best interest. If a nigga's out here just trying to bust nuts in you to have children,
I mean they're looking
I know
out
that
for
lead drives everybody's crazy.
Yeah, they're looking out for their best interest, but in turn it's still better for you
for her.
because you don't want that. If they're you would want someone to be focused and want to build that life with you, not someone that's like, I ain't trying to do that right now because they're gonna fall off because that's not what they wanted to do.
Correct.
So eventually it's gonna
Okay. My next, like I said, I'm transition poor, so I want to move, just firing hot rounds. What's one thing What's one thing about motherhood that you did see coming, and it did happen?
Oh, here we go.
And one thing about motherhood you didn't see coming, and it still did happen. What did you anticipate and it happened? What didn't you anticipate and it happened?
Okay, what didn't I anticipate and it happened? What didn't I anticipate? Well, this one's just, it's not that deep, but I didn't anticipate, like, with the whole breastfeeding thing, like, I didn't anticipate that I would have to be pumping so much, which I didn't even pump as much as I was supposed to be, I guess.
Yeah.
That part I didn't anticipate. Everything else, like, I kind of knew about or heard about. You know, I wasn't really too shocked. Like, obviously, everyone would hit me with, your life's going to change. And it's like, well, obviously.
No shit.
and, like, I knew I would already be up in the middle of the night, so I wasn't shocked about that. People told me that. I didn't know that I would have him attached to me 24/7 with the whole breastfeeding thing. So I can understand why some people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I did really, like, and it's still, you know, a nice thing. You're bonding and everything. But
or is he just using you? Or is he just
that too? And my mom even had told me that, and she was like, "You'll have to break him when they start using you as a pacifier, just to, like, go to bed." And he does that sometimes. But yeah, what did I not anticipate that came? Yeah, I don't really think nothing really comes to my head except for the whole pumping thing. Other than that. Yeah.
I think.
And then the other question was, what?
Something you did see coming, and it did happen, and something you didn't see coming.
Okay, something I did see coming is everything I just said.
Yeah.
Like the staying up in the middle of the night, and then, like, how people say, like, it's a love you just never experienced. And I do understand that now. And even, like, when I first held him, you know, I was crying. And, like, that's my baby. And, like, it's just, like, a different joy. It's just, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's funny you say that because I'm going to answer that question too. Something I did see coming that did happen was when my mom told me. She told me this when I was back when I was in high school. She said we don't want no babies now, but once you have a son, daughter, she said your dad is going to change before your eyes. You know, and I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't know the change was going to be so dramatic. Like, my dad calls me now to make sure Ablo's good, you know? Like, that's something.
He got him his little Jimi Hendrix.
He got him the Jimmy. He got a bike for him. Yeah,
he can't ride it yet.
He can't even walk. You know, it's like that level of excitement to buy things. Yeah. Like, my dad never, and which is why I'm like that. That's why gift giving is not a love language to me. Because that's not how we show love in our house. At least that's how I wasn't raised.
For you,
we show love by, you know, conversation
Working hard.
and working hard. Like we all would be working at the same time, whatever
Yeah.
our space was. You know, I had Mo's Shoe Shine. Munira had her little business that she was doing at the time. My mom had the child care.
Okay.
My dad was kind of facilitating all of it. You know, it was like
Entrepreneurs.
like all of us working together cohesively. Like nobody's work was more important than the other because everybody's work was some form of contribution.
Yeah.
You know, it was
so
like
you showed your love by doing your part.
by doing your part in the entire operation. You know, like I was in charge of, I remember like I would be in charge of buying the Arizonas, right? And Munira would be in charge of, I don't remember what Munira's job was. But my mom,
Arizona's for what?
like just for us
For
to
the
go,
house,
just for a house, right? If we want to have a good night, right? I would get, like my mom would buy, very much likewise, my mom will go buy like the Rick's fish, right? There's some things that
That
don't
was
change.
bomb. Yeah.
My dad and I will go pick it up. I'll be in charge of buying the drinks. Munira might buy the cake, or she'll get the table ready real quick, or she'll buy everybody. It wasn't just the action; it's also what did you buy. So we don't consider it just like just because you did an action you count. No, it's like what did you contribute? What did you physically bring to the table? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes Munira might buy like the lemon cake from the shoes she got from her nail business. I'll buy the
Okay.
Arizonas I got from my shoe cleaning. My mom will
Yeah.
buy the Rick's fish. My dad will buy, you know, he'll be some random like a dad. He will.
But that kind of is like gift giving. Oh, okay. What happened?
but
Okay.
but it wouldn't just be. It wouldn't. It's like just doing the action is important, but also doing the action, getting the pay, and then taking the pay to the table. Like, okay, look, this is what I got, and then we put all our coins together. My mom would with the daycare, with the summer camp. We would all, as a group, recycle bottles. So we'll all, when we go places, we'll get bottles. We'll fill up this car. Everybody put their bottles in, and that, if we reach a certain quota, we take that recycling money. We'll go to recycle can. We'll split it together. Mind you, in a group of 2 vans, 20 kids, all putting in. And if we had enough money, then we'll go on a field trip that day. If we didn't have enough money, guess what? Better luck next time. We'll put that cash aside. Now, couldn't my mom have just bought the field trip for all of us? Yeah.
Yeah.
But she wanted to teach these 15, 18
have to
kids.
work
You
for
got to
it.
work. You got to, and sometimes you'll work and you'll think you hit the quota and you still didn't. So you got to get
Yeah.
back to work. So, I really tangented on there, but my dad changing up because of Ablo is something that I did anticipate and it did happen. And I think for me, that happened very much like your answer is like true definition of unconditional love. You know, it's like
Yeah.
right for where he is right now, for where he when he gets older, I already know I'm always gonna love him, but it's the unconditional part. There's be an asterisk next to it. You see what I'm saying? If he does some fuck shit, like yeah, I love you, my son, but if
What's wrong
if
with
you
your ear, honey? Sorry.
and he good. He's tired. He's about yawned 6 times.
Yeah. Here, you want?
No,
Well,
that's-
if I hold him, he's gonna want
Yeah.
to.
Tell the kid. What? Tell the people.
Oh, but
I know life is tough.
Pacify.
All right, I'll go.
Should I spoon feed him while we're talking?
Oh, we have his food, right?
Yeah.
Just go grab his food. I'll feed him. It's in the bag, which is in the car. Well, there it is. But now we're about. We'll just close the show. We'll just close it because I know that's why I don't put a time on it because it's not up to us. It's up to Ablo.
Okay.
Did you have any final questions?
All I can think about is Ablo crying right in front of my face. No, I do not. I'm happy to be here.
You go ahead. I'm gonna turn my
First
mic
show-
down.
The first show of maybe many. We'll see. Right here? Okay. Yeah. This is the Cooks, and we're happy to be here with you guys on the, what's this called? The Cook Show?
For right now, it's just I tried this idea out with my
I
wife.
tried this idea.
With my wife.
Solid, pretty solid show for the first one.
It's just firing questions. I just want to see how you react because I haven't seen you
But
on
now
camera.
we're going to go feed our son.
Yeah,
We love y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Anyways, you guys, like I said before, I want you guys to stay happy, stay optimistic. I appreciate for those who tuned in. If you commented, I did not read the comment section, as you very well said. Ablo is here. Physically has my hands full. However, I want you guys to enjoy your Sunday. Spend your Sundays with the people you love. It's the end of the week. It's the day of the Sabbath. So you need to make sure that you enjoy it right because Monday is coming and Ablo will yell. So much love. We out.
Say bye-bye.
We gone. Oh. Okay, he back. All right, bye, y'all. Ablo says it's done. He said it's a wrap.